blood coagulation. In that mechanism of blood clotting, we will discuss mechanism of blood clotting. So in that, so there are the step 1, step 2, step 3 are there, mechanism of blood clotting. First, what is hemostasis? This is so when there is a blood vessel is damaged, the internal factors which comes into contact with the blood and leads to the hemostasis starts. Hemostasis is nothing but blood standing. So it is the mechanism. Actually, ఇక్కడ మనం తీసుకున్నట్లు here, if you take the thyroid is an example. So like that our blood circulatory system is a closed circulatory system. If there is any damage inside any part, say here the hand or any part of our body, so there will be the damage which takes place wherever it is. From the inside itself there is a mechanism which say stasis of blood అనేటటువంటిది say oozing is stopped. So that is the factor which is released from the inside. So that is the mechanism, the greater mechanism inside our body. It's a great mechanism, we have to call it as. So in the Japanese technology, మన టైరీన్గా పంక్చర్ అయితే ఇన్సైడ్ నుంచి దాదే పంక్చర్ని చేసుకునేటటువంటి మెకానిజం కూడా ఉంది. అదేవిధంగా మన బ్లడ్ సర్క్యులేటరీ సిస్టమ్ అనేటటువంటిది, అంటే ఇక్కడ మన బ్లడ్ సర్క్యులేటరీ సిస్టంలో ఏ విధంగా అయితే సో ఇన్సైడ్ ఉన్నటువంటి కొలాజన్ ప్రోటీన్స్, ఫ్యాక్టర్స్, కోయాగులేషన్ ఫ్యాక్టర్స్ ఇవన్నీ ఏవైతే ఉన్నాయో ఆ కోయాగులేషన్ ఫ్యాక్టర్సే ఇక్కడ బ్లడ్ క్లాటింగ్ ఎలా చేస్తున్నాయో, టైర్ను కూడా పంక్చర్ అయినప్పుడు ఇంటర్నల్ మెకానిజం విచ్ ఈజ్ యూస్ఫుల్ ఫర్ ద టైర్ పంక్చర్ ఈజ్ repaired from the inside itself. That is the Japanese technology. They discovered that technology. So it's a great mechanism. Next we'll go to the topic. We'll enter into the topic. Here in the step 1 there is a vasoconstriction. Platelet plug formation, plug formation, and the fibrin thread which is useful for the stopping the clotting, stopping the oozing of the blood, which is stopped by the fibrin thread. These are the 3 steps actually. Vasoconstriction, the blood vessel which is constricted, by that there will be the oozing of blood is stopped. The platelets which come together where the damage has taken place, the platelets which form a aggregation, and the fibrin threads, fibrinogen is converted into fibrin in the presence of thrombin. So like that there will be the formation. There are the 3 steps are there. Step 1, step 2, step 3. That is the mechanism of blood clotting. Now we will discuss. In the step 1, there is a formation of prothrombin activator. Prothrombin activator formation takes place in the first step, and in the step 2, thrombin, that is the thrombin formation takes place. In the step 3, there is a fibrin formation. That is the fibrin threads formation takes place. This is about the step 1, step 2, step 3. In the step 1, there is a extrinsic pathway and the intrinsic pathway are there. Intrinsic pathway and extrinsic pathway are there. How there is a here prothrombin activator formation అని చెప్తున్నాను. Here in the step 1 there is the 2 pathways are there. Intrinsic pathway and the extrinsic pathway. Here there is a formation of prothrombin activator, intrinsic pathway. So when there is a blood vessel is damaged, the collagen which comes into contact with the blood, so it activates the prothrombin activator. There is a formation of the factor 12 which activates prothrombin activator to release. Extrinsic pathway. When there is a blood vessel is severely damaged extravascular tissue. మన బ్లడ్ వెసల్ అనేటటువంటిది బాగా ఎక్కువగా డ్యామేజ్ అయ్యి ఎక్స్ట్రావాస్కులర్ టిష్యూ విచ్ కమ్స్ ఇంటూ కాంటాక్ట్ విత్ ఏ బ్లడ్. So there will be the factor 7 is activated, in turn it activates the prothrombin activator. See the intrinsic pathway and the extrinsic pathway, in the two pathways there is a prothrombin activator, but the blood vessel is severely damaged and the blood vessel inner side, that is the endothelium, is damaged. Endothelium of blood vessel which comes into contact with a collagen protein, it is made with the arteries, veins, the blood vessels which are made with a collagen protein. Say that the intrinsic pathway and the extrinsic pathway there is a formation of a prothrombin activator. Say prothrombin activator, in the presence of this prothrombin activator, in the presence of calcium ions, there is a calcium ions, the availability of calcium ions, prothrombin is converted into thrombin. So now there is the thrombin which is formed in the step 2, thrombin which converts fibrinogen to fibrin, This fibrinogen to fibrin soluble substance, so which is this is a fibrinogen soluble substance is converted into fibrin soluble substance with a hydrogen bonds. See, this thrombin fibrin stabilizing factor, that is a factor 13, which converts the fibrin with hydrogen bonds. What I am saying? Hydrogen bonds. These bonds which convert into, in the presence of fibrin stabilizing factor, it converts into fibrin with a covalent bonds. What are those bonds, my dear students? Covalent bonds formation takes place. These covalent bonds are the bonds which are very strongest bonds. There is a insoluble bonds formation takes place. This is about the mechanism of blood clotting, very important for the 4 marks. Okay, my dear students, formation of prothrombin activator. So intrinsic pathway and extrinsic pathway are there. When there is a damage of a blood vessel, that is the endothelium of blood vessel which comes into contact with the collagen protein, that collagen protein which activates the prothrombin activator to produce, అంటే ఇక్కడ factor 12 అనేటటువంటిది prothrombin activator ని ప్రొడ్యూస్ చేస్తుంది. ఇక్కడ factor 7 extrinsic, in the extrinsic pathway, when there is a severe damage to blood vessel, so the blood which comes into contact, the extravascular tissue which comes into contact with the blood, it leads to the formation of the factor 7 which is stimulated, in turn it stimulates the prothrombin activator to produce. This is about the mechanism of blood clotting. See, this is very important for the 4 marks. I hope all of you understand. So this is, you have to note down. I will give the time for you. Okay, my dear students, thank you.